Well, looks like we're live. So happy birthday, Punk for the Homeless. Those of you tuning in, there'll be a link along in a moment for how you can help dig deep, make a donation at Compass Children's Charity. As you can imagine, we've got quite a lot to talk about. So let's start here at the end. Cause statues don't teach history. They'll tell you more about the folk that erected them, a twisted sense of victory, a limited love for those that elected them. When Edward Colston got oiled into the hogging by a Black Lives Matter demo, to be fair, that's history in the making, that's history being made right there. So when all this is over and we're mourning our family and friends, we're gonna build a statue of Boris Johnson and chuck it straight in the Thames. Cause he follows the science, but only when the science tells him what he wants to hear. Like someone's heard the Black Lives Report and made several sections disappear. But what would you expect from Piccaninny's Johnson, elevated to the top job, then coming over all bewildered schoolboy, surprised by the virus and the praying mob. So when all this is over, we're mourning family and friends, we're gonna build a statue of Boris Johnson and chuck it straight in the Thames. And on his watch, but no justice for Grenfell. 3 years on, the cloud is not gone and a number of deaths. And COVID-19 should be an embarrassment to anyone. 22 days of dither and delay. He says he's proud, he's jaw dropping. What's the strategy now, Mr. Johnson? Says you should all look forward to going shopping. So when all this is over and we're mourning our family and friends, we're gonna build a statue of Boris Johnson and chuck it straight in the Thames. Yeah, when all this is over, we're mourning our family and friends, we're gonna build a statue of Boris Johnson and chuck it straight in the Thames. Sadie Kane doesn't take cocaine, doesn't think the cops stop before you weed just the same. That's Sadie Kane. Sadie Kane lies the bus and train, taxi drivers don't like her and buy on her environmental claim. That's Sadie Kane. But Sadie Kane sits in the middle. And Sadie Kane says we're all the same, targeted by Paul for living, working, playing bird brain. Him not Sadie Kane. Sadie Kane sits in the middle. Yeah, Sadie Kane sits in the middle. And Sadie Kane's doing stand-up again, her routine's not bad in the main. They're saying she'll entertain. That's Sadie Kane. While Sadie Kane sits in the middle. Sadie Kane abstains from champagne, and despite provocation, she's never profane, she's urbane. That's Sadie Kane. And Sadie Kane sits in the middle. Yeah, Sadie Kane sits in the middle. Yeah, Sadie Kane sits in the middle. That's Sadie Kane. My Postie's being bullied by Iain Duncan Smith with his smug face and his folded arms on posters showing all his charmless DWP-ness and shaming sick statistics, a careless Tory trick which doesn't mention COVID at all. A deliberate omission from a man in his position. 43% are absent from work, he cries to his allies about workers they despise, though in truth deserving of a pay rise for tireless work on the pandemic front line, getting your mail to you on time. Because when it's not just a touch of the flu, post every other day will do. So I am righteously miffed that my Postie's being bullied by Iain Duncan Smith. Right, a very common experience. Well, coming up at least. Emma was cold and went shopping for clothes. The heat was broken and she nearly froze. But deficient face coverings wherever she goes. And all Emma got was an eyeful of nose. An eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. She went to the market for blankets and throws, cheaper than figs in the boiler, I suppose. But the trader had bad bits of his face exposed, and all Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. She went to the gym for a downward dog pose, lots of exposed knees and elbows, in communal areas, face coverings imposed. But all Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. She went to the florist to buy a nice rose, to cheer up a cold flat and brighten shadows. But the florist's mask was part in repose, and all Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. Past the fire station at the crossroads, the firefighters were out practising with their hose, with Facemasks left off to talk on radios. And all Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. Sat on a bench, this rhyme to compose. She's always preferred a poem to prose. A little tale of face cover ratios, and the day all she got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. All Emma got was an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose, an eyeful of nose. Emma sees noses wherever she goes. Your Emma sees noses wherever she goes. Your Emma sees noses wherever she goes. Gove, a hearty trencherman he, would never accept a Scotch egg for his tea. "Two's a starter," he would exclaim when Good Morning Britain called him to explain. But Eustace, a man of lesser appetite, when challenged by Ferrari, said that he might be tempted to see the Tier 2 appeal of a single Scotch egg as a substantial meal. And so it came to be in a later edition that the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster's position U-turned, like the worst of the government's fools. He did not, but he said that the pubs knew the rules. Gentlefolk of England, such is the fate of your taverns and inns by glass and by plate, decided by men who can't even agree on a simple Scotch egg for lunch, dinner or tea. No, I don't believe in God, she says, but I do believe in pestilence and plague. Just gotta look around these days to see this shit man-made. There ain't much round here that Jesus could save. No old a boom bust cycle to suffer and recover. It's long on to suffer, short on to recover, and the government, it's just a machine to turn public money into private greed. Disaster capital's here to stay, it seems. And I don't bang on the back furry little fuckers, but here's where I get my angle in, cause no one ever made themselves sick eating tofu bats and tofu pangolins. Eating tofu bats and tofu pangolins. No, I don't believe in God, she says, cause I don't understand. A Tory who prays then goes to work to be the best he can, at the very expense of his fellow man, clapping for the NHS on his Facebook page. Well, the boom bust cycle, suffer and recover, strong on the suffer, weak on the recover, and the government is just a means of giving the public purse a squeeze into offshore tax-free banking schemes. And I don't bang on the back furry little fuckers, but here's where I get my angle in, cause no one ever made themselves ill eating tofu bats and tofu pangolins. Eating tofu bats and tofu pangolins. Eating tofu bats and tofu pangolins. Henry Hooray Huntingdon Hunter pretends to know one it's a trail hunt. With his pinks and his horse and his Boxing Day booze, he's got the horn for a bit of sport. I say, fine day for folk of his sort. Julia Hooray Huntingdon Hunter would rather be a supporter, her and her daughter 4x4 around, checking out the hounds and the horseback clowns. Terry the Terrier Man keeps his dogs in a box next to shovels and spades used to dig out a fox. King of the quad bike, a doffer of caps, not the nicest of chaps. Sebastian, Field Secretary, the collector of subs from the killers of foxes and murderers of cubs, rides at the rear, prefers the hilltop scene, likes to imagine that his hands are clean. Walter whips in for Henry Hooray Huntsman, summoned to troubleshoot by Henry Hooray's horn. He's paid to spot foxes, he's paid to control hounds, to keep them out of the neighbours' gardens and grounds. But when called to explain a fox ripped limb from limb, it was never anything to do with him. Inspector Carl Cotter sees nothing wrong here. A country pursuit that the locals hold dear. If there's a breach of the peace, it's not that of the foxes. And he'll brook no disruption or interruption of Henry Hooray Huntingdon Hunter's day out, today or any other day. He'll just say, go away. The hunt saboteur recognises them all. Julia follower, Henry Hooray's hunting call, Terry the Terrier Man with his dogs in a box, Walter whipping in, denying chasing a fox, Sebastian the Secretary who never gets near, and Inspector Ineffective who will see nothing here. So when you've finished the tofurkey, tuck the last mince pie away. The Sabs will still have work to do on Boxing Day. Enough of foxes. Let's talk about fish. Gunships, fish and chips, protecting no deal. Brexit, but the fish don't care if you think they're Brits. No, the fish don't care to be served with chips. And see that little bastard swimming in the sea, well that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. Yes, see that little bastard swimming in the sea. Well, that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. And gunboats keep his baffer afloat. Strongman nationalist, someone get him a Stone Island coat. It's quote, very, very unlikely, unquote. And see that little bastard swimming in the sea. Well, that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. Yeah, see that little bastard swimming in the sea. Well, that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. And a plucky little fisherman ain't all he sees. There's corporate interest behind the scenes. And a blue passport. So gunships, fishing ships, protecting no deal. Brexit's but the fish don't care if you think they're Brits. No, the fish don't care till you serve the chips. And see a little bastard swimming in the sea. Well, that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. Yes, see a little bastard swimming in the sea. Well, that little bastard belongs to me. He's got a blue passport. And a plucky little fisherman ain't all he sees. There's corporate interest behind the scenes. Ask about the quotas and you'll see what I mean. And a blue passport. Behave as if you have the virus, they said. So I went back to bed. They said, work from home if you can work from home. So I got my work on the phone and I said, I've got the virus. Because they said, behave as if you have the virus. And if I had the virus, I'd be certain to tell my work on the phone, who then sent everyone else home. Because clearly they hadn't been behaving as if they had the virus well enough. Well, it's face mask at half mast for the coffee guy at the station. For better facial aeration, for poorer droplet filtration, for rules are followed out of frustration, and Stanley Johnson ain't where it is at all. So it's face mask at half mast for the woman on the morning train, in a sippy cup of coffee, carnivine. She's looking at her makeup, again over a blue chip protection membrane, and Stanley Johnson ain't where it is at all. So it's face mask and half mask, baby, let's go exponential. It's face mask and half mask, baby, let's get existential. Cause my mask protects you, your mask protects me. Round here it's what we call solidarity. It's how we show love and respect for one another. Sisters and brothers. And it's face mask and half mask for the fella on the train home. Must have slipped down when he was on the phone. Glanced around the carriage and he's not alone with his important communications home, and Stanley Johnson ain't where it is at all. So it's face mask and half mask, baby, let's go exponential. It's face mask and half mask, baby, let's get existential. Yes, my mask protects you, your mask protects me. Round here is what we call solidarity. It's how we show love and respect for one another. Sisters and brothers. And Spafford doesn't understand the rules. Whose rules, what rules, his rules. For homes and work and schools. and Stanley Johnson ain't where it is at all. So it's face mask and half mask, baby, let's go exponential. It's face mask and half mask, baby, let's get existential. Cause my mask protects you, your mask protects me. Round here is what we call solidarity, is how we show love and respect for one another. Sisters and brothers, my mask protects you, your mask protects me. Round here is what we call solidarity, is how we show love and respect for one another. Sisters and brothers. How would you spend £1 million a day? Buy 2 small flats in Walthamstow, or a big one round Hackney Way. You could give up work and visit Marseille, or park a new Ferrari on your new driveway. If you're sliced to drive, you could buy the Fairway, or put on a play on Broadway. You could spend £1 million on Monday and have $1 million more again on Tuesday. You could hire Elton John to play, or Adele, or even Beyonce, for 3 performances a day. You could buy a small painting by Monet, or quite a few by Bernard Buffet. You could wear a new pair of trainers every day, then give them away. And never mind the coffee, you could buy the cafe. But if you find yourself round Downing Street way, you'll send your £1 million a day your mate Dido Harding's way, who gives it all to Deloitte, they say, for test and trace that even today is still not okay. There's blood on the hands of Boris Johnson, blood on the hands of Dominic Cummings, blood on the hands of Therese Coffey, who says that we're all to blame. There's blood on the hands of Matt Hancock, blood on the hands of Dominic Raab. There's blood on the hands of Boris Johnson, for whom it's always been a game. If most of the people follow most of the rules, most of the rules, most of the time, when the rule makers blame the rule breakers, whose is the greater crime? Yeah, whose is the greater crime? It's 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. Sticking to his line. On mistakes, now is not the time. On mistakes, now is not the time. And there's blood on the hands of Boris Johnson, blood on the hands of Preet Patel, blood on the hands of Gavin Williamson and Duncan Smith-Sands as well. Duncan Smith-Sands as well. Because if most of the people follow most of the rules, most of the rules, most of the time, when the rule makers blame the rule breakers, whose is the greater crime? Yeah, whose is the greater crime? Whose is the greater crime? It's 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0. You're sticking firmly to his line. On mistakes, now is not the time. You're sticking firmly to his line. On mistakes, now is not the time. Now mistakes, now is not the time. On mistakes, now is not the time. Right, I'm going to leave you with this. The unforgettable words. Actually, no, the immediately forgettable words. The immediately forgettable words that we shouldn't forget, because that's how bad they were. The immediately forgettable words of the Home Secretary. We've been in this pandemic a year or more. Cough away, boys, cough away. global pandemic from shore to shore. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. Governments respond very differently. Cough away, boys, cough away. Based on the fact society. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. We've seen just deaths around the world. Cough away, boys, cough away. Harrowing death tolls around the world. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. Well, let the scientists and medics guide us. Cough away, boys, cough away. So there's no single reason for you to chide us. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. The numbers are deeply tragic. Cough away, boys, cough away. But it's still a global pandemic. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. You know in the future we'll all look back. Cough away, boys, cough away. At the could-haves, the should-haves we can't take back. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. You think this is a speech with nothing to say? Cough away, boys, cough away. It was Pretty Patel just the other day. Cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. Cough away, cough away, cough away, boys, cough away. Cough away, cough away. This was all she had to say. Here's to 100,000 people killed by Boris Johnson and this Tory government. Never forget them. Never stop fighting. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Well done, Punk for the Homeless. See you soon.